Hello everyone, welcome to my channel The Growing Pie. In the last lecture, we saw some really important terminologies of real analysis, where we saw what is the difference between sets and interval. So taking it further, in this lecture we will see what is the cardinality of a set and what are the types of sets, in which we will see empty and non-empty finite sets and countable uncountable sets. So let us start. Cardinality of a set. Now, cardinality of a set is number of elements in a set. And it is denoted by n of s or mod of s. So, suppose you have set S with 1 to 10 elements in it, then n of s would be 10 because S contains 10 elements in it. And this is not in a syllabus, but n of r is continuum number C. Let's see what is equivalent sets. So, two sets A and B are said to be equivalent sets if mod of A is equal to mod of B. So, suppose A is 1, 2, 3 and B is 4, 5, 6, then even though the elements of two sets are different, since the cardinality of two sets is same, those are equivalent sets. Now, what are the similar sets? Two sets A and B are said to be similar sets if there exists bijective correspondence phi between two sets A and B. Then we say that A and B are similar sets. Now, from the definition, we can see that two sets are similar sets if and only if they are equivalent sets. Now, let's see types of sets. According to the cardinality of a set, set is divided into finite set and infinite set. Any set S would be of finite elements or infinite elements only. So, type of set is finite set and infinite set. And finite set is divided into empty set and non-empty finite set. Now, infinite sets are divided into countably infinite and uncountable sets. And countable sets are empty, non-empty or countably infinite sets. So, let's see each set in detail. Empty set. A set S is said to be empty set if it contains no elements. And it is denoted by phi. So, cardinality of phi would be 0. Why? Because it contains no elements in it. Now, suppose S is 0, then this is not empty set because it contains 0 as an element. But this set would be empty set. Now, let's see what is non-empty finite set. So, as name suggests, a set which contains finite elements is called non-empty finite set. So, let us see in mathematical way. A set S is said to be a non-empty finite set if every 1 function f from S to n is into and there exists at least one injective function. So, injective is another name for 1 function from S to n. Now, here are two new definitions, 1 and into. So, let us see in detail. 1. Now, a function from A to B is said to be 1 if every element of A is connected to at most one element of B. So, when I say at most one element, it means exactly one element or no element of B. So, there might be some elements which are not connected to B. Now, suppose you see this example. Where two elements are connected to single element of B, then this is not 1, it is said to be many one function. For example, suppose f from R to R such that f of x is equal to x square, then f of minus 1 is 1 and f of 1 is also 1. So we can see that minus 1 and 1, both elements of A are connected to single element of B, and hence this is 1 1 function. Now let us see what is into. Suppose you have two sets A and B with function f and elements of A and B like this. Then if there exists at least one element of B which is not connected to A, then it is said to be into function. So here two elements are not connected to A, so it is into function. On the other hand, when you have every element of B is connected to at least one element of A, then it is said to be onto function. So here you can see that two elements of A is connected to B. So in the onto function, it doesn't matter if the function is 1 1 or many 1. Going back to the definition, it says if every 1 1 function f from S to N, so suppose you have two sets S and N. Now we know that N is natural number set and it contains infinitely many elements. So when I say if every 1 1 function, suppose this is 1 1 function, which means every element of S is connected to at most one element of N. The function is need to be into, which means infinitely many elements of N are not connected to any elements of S, and hence we can say that there exist only finite elements in S, and hence this definition. Let's see what is countably infinite set. So if there exists 1 1 onto map between S and N, then S is countably infinite. So suppose you have S and you have N and every element is connected to exactly one element of N, then since N has infinitely many elements which are countable 1, 2, 3, and hence S would be countably infinite set. Now in a simple language, when you can tell that what is the next element after every element, that set would be countably infinite set. And uncountable set is if every function f S to N is many 1. So here is S and here is N. Then if every function is many 1, then there exist at least two elements of S which are connected to a single element of N, and hence we can say that numbers are uncountably many. Now to simplify this, for a function f from S to N, when f is not 1 1, we can directly say that it is uncountable set. And when there exists at least 1 1 function, then it is countable set. And if that function is into, then it is finite set. And if every 1 1 function is onto, then that is countably infinite set. So as we have seen, empty set, finite set and countably infinite set are said to be countable sets. I hope you have understood all types of sets. In the next lecture, we will see properties of different types of sets. And those are very important properties. So please stay tuned. Thank you.